Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. In the spirit of my 2-year lock anniversary coming up very soon, it's November 22nd by the way, I wanted to do a video where I answer some of y'all's very frequently asked questions and also show y'all the things that are going wrong with my locks before I actually do my 2-year lock update. In that video, I would really like to focus on more specific questions and questions that aren't very generic. So today I'm going to be answering some of those very generic questions for some of y'all who are new to my lock journey, or for those of you who have been here for a little while but you just might have forgot a couple of things. Let's go ahead and start the video. So firstly, I just want to start off by saying that yes, the top of my head has finally been completed. It's been a struggle, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I need to find a loctician like ASAP. Rocky? I don't even think that y'all realize how long it takes me to do like 50 locks, just one tiny section. It takes a long time, and plus with school and work, I'm really starting to get a little overwhelmed. That's been my latest struggle. The back of my head, you know, it's time for it to be redone again, and I just got done with the front. So I'm gonna ask my mom to help me. I'm not ashamed to say it, I need help. And I'm gonna ask her to help me finish the back so that I can, you know, have everything be on the same time frame, because lately over the past couple of months it has not been on the same time frame because it takes me so long to just do one little section. That's a little update on the whole retightening process. It's really difficult for me. I just thought that I would throw that out there before I started the questions, and eventually I will be able to retighten my head in 2 days. That's my goal. But anyways, I have a list here of some of the questions that I get asked all the time. One question that I get a lot is, how did I start my locks? My locks were started with 2-strand twists. This was a little debate whenever I first wanted to start my hair about 2 years ago over whether or not I wanted braid locks or 2-strand twists. I have quite a few videos where I explain why I chose 2-strand twists rather than any other method, so I'll leave those in the iCard. For my hair type, the big downside for the 2-strand twist for me was the unraveling. I dealt with a ton of unraveling. Every day I would have like 10 locks that I would have to go back and braid the ends of it because it was just unraveling so much. So if you do decide to start with 2-strand twists, keep that in mind. My mom started her locks with 2-strand twists as well. Her hair texture is like coarser than mine. If we're going on the hair chart scale, she has like a 4C and I have like a 4A, 4B. I know that that's like a really small difference. My mom rarely ever dealt with unraveling. Even still now to this day, I'm dealing with unraveling. It's not anywhere near as much as what it used to be. Now I find that most of the unraveling comes from me suffering from hand and head syndrome. My hands are always in my hair right now. I always do this and mess with the ends, especially if they have buds on them, like this one. You see my ends? This is happening a lot, and I already know it's because I literally just go like this and mess with the little bud at the end until it just snaps off. And that's not good, but I do that a lot and I need to stop because I am really disturbing the locking process. But it is so hard not to touch it, and then when the bud falls off it unravels and then I have to rebraid it, and it's just the whole cycle. I'm the problem on why my hair is unraveling right now. But whenever I first started my locks and it wasn't as coarse as it is right now, or like as mature I guess as it is now, it would just unravel so easily. Look, I'm doing it right now. I didn't even mean to do that, but that's what I've been doing, y'all. I keep doing that and I keep breaking the buds off of my ends because I keep touching it. So I'm gonna try not to do that anymore because I feel like I'm disturbing the lock process at this point. I need to just stop. Okay, so moving on. The next question that I get a lot is, how many locks do I have? I have around 644 locks. Since installation, I've probably combined 2 of them, like 2 or 3, so I would say about 640 locks. A long time ago, whenever I was retightening in the back of my head, I just accidentally combined 2 that were really small together, and I was just like, oh, well, it should be fine. Because they were super small, so now they're kind of the size of most of them. So that has happened. I've also lost a lock, and then whenever that one grew back in, I just kind of intertwined it with another one, and this is all like in the back of my head, so it's not really that big of a deal to me. Generally, When people ask me how many locks I have, I tell them around 640. How do I manage frizz? Frizz is really not an issue for me. Like, I deal with it, but it doesn't bother me at all, so I don't really manage it. Normally, if I'm dealing with a lot of frizz, it's because I need to retighten my hair. Right now, I have like an average amount of frizz. I feel like when you have locks, you're gonna have frizz, especially if you're in the beginning stages. So I would just say, just embrace it. It's really just a part of the process, so I don't let it bother me. Also, I've never been the type of girl that liked slick back styles anyway, because whenever I was a loose natural, it took so much effort and so much work to get that slick style off for it to not last me like 4 hours. So I've just kind of gotten used to not seeing my hair perfectly neat, and I honestly prefer it this way. I like the way that it looks when it's not perfect. Another interesting question that I get a lot is, do I suffer from my hair follicles showing? Recently, yes. I don't know if it's always been this way, but now I'm actually just paying attention to it. But I have noticed that I've had like my hair follicles showing, especially around like my edges is where I notice it the most. And honestly, I haven't done anything about it. I don't know what to do other than to dye my hair, and I don't really want to do that right now. It's not really a lot to where it's so noticeable that it looks a mess and like I have dandruff in my hair. To answer the question, yes, I do suffer from hair follicles. And how do I deal with it? Honestly, I just leave it. I see some right now. I don't know if y'all will be able to tell. I don't know what to do, y'all, because it's so small. I don't even know how to go about dealing with that, so I just leave it. Do you deal with bunching? Yes, I actually have one lock that I'm probably not gonna find now that I'm recording, because that always happens to me. Like, this is just a small example. I do have locks that have like bigger bunching than this. What do I do about it? Nothing. I just leave it. I know I have one that's way worse than that. I'm trying to find it. That's like a bigger example of bunching that I deal with. This is an example of a lock that I feel like needs to be repaired soon. Normal, 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 and then right here it's thinned out and it's just like loose hair, and then here it's compact. How do y'all deal with that whenever stuff like that happens? Do you go in and try to fix it by interlocking it at that space that's kind of loose to try to close it up, or do you just leave it alone and hope that it just closes up by itself, or what? Why does this happen? Does anybody know why this happens? If so, comment down below or comment your best guess. This lock is definitely my most problematic lock. I don't know if y'all will be able to tell from the screen, but up here at my root, it's normal. And then it thins out, and then it gets solid right here in this little space. And then it thins out again all the way to the end. And at the end, do you see that huge bud? I don't know what to do to fix it. Like, can I salvage this lock? Can I save it, or should I just cut it out? I don't know what to do about that lock. Whenever I style my hair, I'm really careful not to tug at that too much, because it's just so weak. That's so weird. That lock is the most disturbing one that I have. So another question that I get often is, do I still braid and band? No, I don't. I do not braid and band my hair anymore, and I'm so happy for it, because it's just like this newfound freedom of being able to get in the shower, wash your hair, come out, and style it or not, and you're fine. I got a lot of questions pertaining to moisturizing my hair and like how often I style it and stuff. And I do have a video up on my channel that I posted recently about my hair care routine. That includes what I do after wash day to care for my hair, and also I just share with y'all my tips and the things that I do on a day-to-day basis with my hair. So I will have that video in the iCards. How often do I wash my hair? I have been working out quite a bit recently, so I wash my hair about twice a week now, or just whenever I feel like I need to. And then the last question I want to answer is 4-point rotation or 3-point rotation, and why. I interlock my hair on a 4-point rotation because I really want compact locks. I don't really want like fluffy locks, because My hair is already thick. I'm still kind of hopeful that my hair will compress some more whenever it gets longer and whenever it matures more. There's this girl that I follow on Instagram and her hair looks like mine, but she's been locked for like 12 years and it's really long, but it's like literally this voluminous. As voluminous as my hair is now, and I don't really want that. So I go with the 4-point rotation because I feel like that will give me a better chance of getting the look that I would like to have. I would just prefer it to be more compressed. So that's why I do a 4-point rotation rather than a 3-point rotation. But if you are the opposite of me and you would really prefer to have thicker locks or the look of thicker locks, then I will go with a 3-point rotation. So those are all of the frequently asked questions that I receive about my locks. If you have a question for my 2-year lock update, something a little bit more specific, in-depth question, feel free to leave that in the comments down below and I'll answer that in my 2-year lock update whenever I post that. So I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video and I'm out.
If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
One of the best to ever do it.